What's up, Internet? It's that time of week. It's Media Clash time. I'm your host, Wayne, as always, joined by
Paul.
And we want to get this out of the way up front and center. This weekend, Showcase Comic-Con, Slidell, Louisiana. We will not have a booth this time around, so there will be no live streaming, and we won't be doing... Well, we will be doing some stuff. I'll be there for a little while. I've already lined up some stuff. But Paul will be there Saturday and Sunday. And, yeah, everyone should come out. Slidell. Awesome local comic convention. And... go support. There's a lot of local artists who are going to be there who work on some pretty big, important stuff.
Yeah, we got Preston Acevedo is going to be there. He did the official poster for the convention. It's a whole bunch of... Because our guest of honor is Jim Shooter. He did a Valiant poster, I'm sorry. So, yeah, you can come out, get him to sign that, give Jim Shooter, one of the most controversial comic book people of the 80s and 90s. He was the editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics for a while, and then did his own thing with Valiant, which has spawned the horrible Vin Diesel movie. Yeah. On top of that, we have classics of Tim Laddie, who just just signed on. He is the artist for the new Ninja Turtles Saturday morning cartoon comic, I think is what they're calling it. Yeah. Because it's in the cartoon art style. Yeah. Well, at least Tim's version of the but it looks really good. The cover is amazing. And he did the cover art for the new game, which Paul is going to talk about a little bit later. You got Robbie Musso, Transformers. Still doing he's trying to get his creator-owned series up and running, but he also designs toys for Hasbro as well. But come out, fun for all families. Kids, I think 7 under get in for free, I think. But I think it's like only $10 at the door. Yeah. 10... Offhand, I don't know the fucking hours. I think it's 10 to 7 on Saturday, and I think it's 10 to 5 on Sunday, I think. So, yeah, everybody come out, hang out. Showcase Comic-Con, as always. It's going to be an amazing time. With that, let's get into the show. What we've been watching and playing. I have been playing So I really don't need to watch Jurassic Park Dominion now because I got the add-on for... Jesus Christ. I got the add-on for the Jurassic World Evolution, the expansion for the bio, and it gives the story away. So I watched a couple reviews for the movie because I was actually kind of... I mean, I still kind of want to see it because I've seen all the... I want to see it because I've seen all the rest of them. Am I going to go pay to see it? No. Yeah, no. I'll wait till it comes on one of the streaming services to see it at this point. But again, the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Biosyn expansion gives the story away. So, watching the reviews, I hated the first Jurassic Park. You mean Jurassic World? Jurassic World, sorry. Didn't even bother watching Jurassic World 2. Whatever that subtitle was. I don't remember. Kingdom? I don't remember. Yeah. Didn't even watch it. And then part 3 was like, oh, the dinosaurs are in the world and stuff like that and wreaking havoc. That might be kind of interesting. But I'm not going to go see it opening weekend. And so so then I watched like Jeremy's review and I watched was it Black Nerd? I think his review too, and it just like them explaining the fucking plot to this movie, and I'm like, holy shit, this sounds fucking awful. I mean, literally, the fucking expansion gives the plot away and like tells you the plot of the movie in 5 seconds. Like it talks about because you play the first mission you play, it like Biosyn seems like this fucking altruistic like. They've got their shit together. They've figured out how to do a fucking contained
wildlife sanctuary, and then like after you finish that mission where you build up the sanctuary, it cuts to a cinematic and it's like, but Dr. Sattler and Dr. Grant and Dr. Malcolm found out that they were raising these locusts that eat any crop that's not grown from biosyn seeds. And I'm like, oh, well, shit, I don't need to go see the movie now. And then you play the rest of it, and it's like, you just have to protect the farm, the ranch or whatever from poachers and turn it into a park. Like, this was not worth $20, but I'd have paid more to go see the movie. So I guess it's okay. I mean, and I like the game anyway. I like I love those simulator games, but other than that, I've just been playing more Ghost of Tsushima. I kind of fought the first boss. Like there's random side mission bosses that have like the big long health bars and shit, so you actually have fucking sword like extended fights with them. And dude, I have that game on normal.
Yeah, it's on.
And I fuck because it comes down to like button timing.
It comes down to, it's like Dark Souls or Elden Ring and
No, those are way worse.
No, it comes down to, can you parry good?
Yeah. I mean, but it makes sense in a samurai game.
Yeah.
In an actual, because when you do it, you actually
It's like,
perform a actual sword fight.
It's
maneuver
like Sekiro.
Yeah.
You have to do a parry to break their defense to get your licks in.
Oh no! It's not even to break defenses. It's literally they come in with a sword. Like, it's legitimately like sword fight. Like, you either have to get out of the way or you have to parry an incoming blow. It's not to break, because so basically what you do is to break their blow, like to break their guard is like you have to do that to them. You have to like swing and they're blocking.
Yeah.
And you have to hit so many times, and then their guard drops, and then you can hit. And depending on what upgrades you've done to the sword and, you know, what enemy it is, you either like kill in like one hit, a couple of hits, or you gotta you slash them up and then they fucking get their guard back. I mean, I won't say it's beautiful, because I mean, I got a PS5 on that fucking 75-inch TV, and it still, I mean, it doesn't, I don't know, my eyes just suck. It doesn't look any more spectacular than like Red Dead or something. But I mean, it is massive. Like I said, I beat the first like little side boss and got like a special attack that called the Heavenly Strike, which is like you pull the sword and it's like a really fast dash slash that does a crap ton of damage, but it like pulls life away every time you do it. Or like your resolve, like you heal by spending resolve points you build up from like defeating enemies. Your resolve goes up, and then when you get damage, you have to like basically almost like channel your fucking energy to heal. Yeah. There's no potions or healing things other than like going to the hot spring will heal you. It's really good though. I mean, it is kind of weird that it's just like you run across like a field and there's just like a random dead guy in it, and you don't care. It is. I mean, there's things like that are kind of like, to me, immersion breaking. Like, if I'm running through this field and there's just like a random dead guy in a cart, I'm like, that should be something. And then the haiku stuff, it's like, yeah, the haikus, I mean, it's a Japanese thing, whatever, but like you get like headbands from them. Like, the headbands don't do anything. The masks don't do anything. The only thing that really does anything is your armor. Like, different armor sets give you different, like, they do different things. And that's it. That's how you upgrade. So you don't even really like need to wear other, unless you just want to look different. Like I found I was doing a side mission where you're trying to like get these Ronin mercenaries to help you save your uncle, and they go, well, if you're gonna ride with us, you need to look like one of us. and it looks like one of the old fucking Kurosawa like fucking like outfits of like the fucking shirt and the big pants. And then I have like this big, huge straw hat that almost looks like the ones from Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh,
the
yeah.
ones that like cover the entire fucking head.
Yeah.
And when I'm watching, I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I want to put it in Kurosawa mode because this dude just looks fucking awesome in this like Ronin getup, like just the two swords, the fucking big hat, and nothing else. Like, because I had him running around in like full fucking samurai armor, and I'm like, I mean, the only reason I was wearing it was because it gave me more fucking life. But I'm like, this, as you upgrade, it gives you more melee damage. So I'm like, he looks fucking awesome. He looks like literally like just like a wandering fucking samurai. And I got to the point where it finally like the ghost kind of legend kicks in. They don't call you the ghost of Tsushima at this point, but you're protecting this town with a forge in it. And basically what you do is you save as many of the town people as you can. You put them, you hide them in the forge, and then you tell like the blacksmith, light the forge. And they're like, well, the Mongols will come. And he goes, yeah, but they'll be coming to me. Like they can't, like they're coming to me. I can go through them. And like you fucking taking out all these fucking Mongols. And then at the end, like all the fucking town people are like, oh my God, we've never seen anybody fight like this or whatever. And then the girl that's with you, the sister of the blacksmith's like, cause he's a vengeful spirit. Like he's fucking a vengeful spirit raised from the fucking dead off the fucking beach.
Yeah,
to fucking defeat the Mongols. So like that's where the ghost legend comes from.
And his dad kicked him out of the family.
No.
Was it the dad or the uncle?
No, the uncle didn't kick him out unless that's later on. Which it may be because you can choose not to do assassinations and just do the call outs. But I've done some. So they went to, I don't know if it's different if you don't do any and you just do the call outs. But there was a cutscene where like the Mongol leader fucking tells your uncle, that's why my men have been found stabbed in the back. And the uncle's like, whatever, would never do that. And I think maybe that might be if he does you do get kicked out of the clan, maybe that's why.
Well, I don't know if I would spoil things, but I want to say there's going to be a mission where you can choose to do the honorable.
Yeah, the samurai way. Because basically it's what, either you be a ninja or you fucking be a samurai.
Or you do the Han, you fight fire with fire type of way. And by going that route, you get kicked out of the family because you're dishonorable. That's not the honorable way to do things.
Yeah, because I mean, in the beginning, after the first time I like assassinated somebody, it went to a cutscene of like your uncle telling you like, as a kid, like what honor is, and you fight your opponent. You face your opponent eye to eye. You never attack from behind.
Yeah,
because there's a flashback, because like some of the flashbacks you play, and you're tracking a bear that attacked some people, and it come to find out it was a group of bandits like they were trying to kill the uncle, so they were having him like track the bear, and then when they found the bear, like they attempted to kill him from behind, and that's the first person you kill is the assassin, and your uncle tells you to look him in the eye. Like, this is how you honorably do this. You look your enemy in the eye and you cut them down. So, like, yeah, I can see. I mean, I only do it like, I do fucking do some of the assassinations, but I will fucking just be a dick and just like call out motherfuckers left or right. Like every time like it pops up on a screen, I'm just like calling motherfuckers out. Cause it does, I mean, it looks cool because there's like a fucking cutscene and you fucking walk up. Especially with him looking like the wandering samurai with the big fucking straw hat and the fucking like. Again, I need to go look in the settings and see if I can set it to Kurosawa mode mid game, like the sound, because it turns the sound to make it sound like an old movie.
I think you can.
So
I want to say yes.
He looks fucking amazing. Like I'm just gonna fucking keep that fucking. I'm like, I don't need armor. He's gonna walk around as this fucking lone samurai wandering around, fucking just cutting motherfuckers down. Other than that, I mean, I need to fucking do Destiny. I haven't played Destiny. The new fucking season's been on for like almost a month at this point, and I'm like level 5.
I played the new Ninja Turtles side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's a throwback. It's the Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, and it's basically a throwback to the old Turtles in Time or the arcade game. It's a very fun game, like that style. Like if you're a fan of that retro style,
they need to redo the Avengers one, the fucking Simpsons one.
Simpsons one, the Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
But they already released Simpsons like 1,000 times. They didn't redo it. They didn't do like a new Simpsons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to do new ones like that.
X-Men, they released that one.
Konami is gonna release a fucking bundle of all the Turtle games.
Yeah, the Ultimate Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's like it's like from the original hard as fuck NES game through like the original side scrollers and all that are in it.
Yeah, because you're gonna get like the Manhattan Project. You get Turtles in Time, because I think that was like the main two.
That was the two big arcade ones, I think. And then the other big one was the NES, but there's like other ones too. Like there's other fucking games, but yeah. From what I understand, everybody loves that the new Shredder's Revenge.
I played it. I beat it. You can beat it in one sitting in a couple hours. Like it doesn't take long to beat a level. Mm-hmm. There's 6 characters to choose from. You got the 4 Ninja Turtles, or Splinter, or April O'Neil. You can play as.
You should be able to play as Casey Jones too.
That's a secret. If you beat the game, you get.
If you beat it, you get Casey. Okay.
You can do cross play. So if you get it, we can play together.
Okay.
Also, you can play 6 players at once.
Yes, like 4-player local and 4-player local, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then 6-player network,
which is fucking nuts because those small. I don't know how you can keep track of everything, because it's not very big levels.
I mean, as long as it's not like the old school style, like Double Dragon, where you could punch each other.
I don't know, because I tried to find a game, and I couldn't find anything. It just sat there.
Well, maybe I'm sure there might be a way to fucking turn it off, and a lot of people just don't want to fucking.
No. But there's also a leveling up system. Your points level you up, and it's the same level up to every character. Like more hit points, more. You get a special attack, so you do a long enough combo to fill your meter. You get 1 attack. If you get hit, you lose that, and if it doesn't fill all the way, and it's like halfway fill, if you get hit, it goes back down to 0. That meter. But yeah, and it's so much stuff. It's like I haven't thought about Ninja Turtles in so long because I was at that age that I was past Ninja Turtles when it became huge. That's more like my little brother was a Ninja Turtles guy.
Really make me feel like a nerd because I was like, you're not that much older than me, and I was all about Ninja Turtles.
And so playing this game, they call back like a lot of fucking. It's about 14 to 15 stages you play. Mm-hmm. And there's collectibles in the game, like secrets you can find, secret characters, secret items for the characters. You get XP bonuses to help you level up that one character. And I played as Leonardo because each person has a power ranking, like 1 to 3 stars, range, and speed.
Yeah, which is like the old games were like that.
So Leonardo has 2 for everything, so I kind of picked him because he's more balanced. And it's a very fun game. If you have an Xbox, it's free on Game Pass right now. And I don't know how much it is on PlayStation and PC.
20.
I'm guessing
25. I think it's 25 regular PlayStation. You get like a little bit off
Okay.
with Plus, so it's like $22.
It's also on the Switch. But apparently there's physical copies you can buy.
I know. I want to get a physical copy because I want to get Tim to sign the cover.
And it also comes with a free pizza voucher for some.
Wow.
I don't know what pizza place, but yeah, it's a very fun.
I got to go to Walmart tomorrow after work. I might see if they got it there.
It's a very fun game. I don't know if it was limited or not, like the physical copies. I don't know if it's like Switch only. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll go to Walmart and see.
I just say it was like, because the day before it got released, they like announced it was going to be on Game Pass, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I don't have to, because I was going to buy it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you're definitely a fan of that genre, side-scrolling beat 'em up, because I know Scott Pilgrim was like a
and that was a really good side scroller.
You're definitely going to love this, and it doesn't even take long to go through it. And there's 2 different modes. There's story mode, and then there's arcade mode. Arcade mode is more harder. It's more like you don't get continues because it's an arcade,
Mm-hmm.
and it's set number of lives. Like every time you beat a level, your lives go back to 3, no matter what you have. Arcade mode, the way it sounded was, if you had 2 lives on this one level, you get 2 lives on the next level.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like you playing an arcade.
It's an arcade version. And like I said, like I don't know if it was me trying to find a party to play with just to try out the arcade mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because also there's achievements of like having a internet stuff. But yeah, and also if you have other people playing with more.
I got to see how we connect crossplay because
you go in options and it just says crossplay enabled. That's it.
Yeah, no, but like there's got to be a way to be able to find.
It's something on the friends list might help.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's got to be a way to add.
Yeah. And
because I think Bungie, like I think for Destiny, you got to like do it through.
It's got to be through Bungie's. You got to be a friend on Bungie's .net.
Yeah, probably so.
And look at that list. It's same with Call of Duty. You got to look at the Activision. You got to be signed up for Activision, and then be a part of like add people to your profile on Activision
to be able to do
to look up names and invite people. Because Xbox and PlayStation, you can't communicate. And what sucks is this happened with Xbox is that I was playing with a friend of mine who has a PlayStation, but we can't.
You can't voice. Yeah,
we can't do voice chat.
That's why I think a lot of people use Discord and.
Yeah, you gotta use Discord, Skype.
Kind of why like Discord won't sell to either one of them. Because I know Microsoft tried.
Yes.
Although I think PlayStation didn't try and buy Discord, they bought in to Discord. But Microsoft, they just wanted to buy Discord outright.
Second, I have a copy of The Quarry. I've watched somebody play from start to finish, and it's definitely exactly like Until Dawn, like with production and story driven and stuff like that. Looks great. Like watching somebody play it looks awesome. There's over 100 and something different endings for this game. That's how many branching paths you can take. Any little thing, even if you think this is a bad decision, it turns around and affects so much stuff.
Well, from what I heard, I've heard people, who are talking about it, and they've said it looks cheap at times. But then
the water.
The water, and then
the
like some of the
worst.
motion, like some of the motion capture stuff is kind of wonky. And then, but they said, you got to remember, this started as a Stadia only game.
Oh, did it?
Yes,
Oh,
and then someone, was it 2K? Somebody else came in.
2K, yeah.
And basically paid to have it finished.
There's watching somebody, the person I was watching play it, Northern Lion on YouTube, and I don't know if he's on Twitch or not. But he was playing on PC, and it was stuttering to where the audio and the video wasn't syncing up. I don't know if it was his PC doing it or was the game. I don't know. But there was times where the video would be frozen, but the audio is still going. So it's not matching up. You got to wait for that
for it to catch
to
back
finally
up.
catch back up and sync.
But again, like it was meant as a Stadia game.
But yeah, it looks all like Ted Raimi is great in it.
I heard there's a lot of like callbacks to like Evil Dead.
Yeah. There's definitely one big callback to Evil Dead.
Well, no, so like somebody said like there's a bits where like you get the demon vision in it at times. Like at some point they do.
Oh, the Deadite.
Yeah, the Deadite vision.
Okay.
So I
no, there's one huge one.
Well, yeah, no, I think you call it out by name.
No, there's a I'll just say it. There's a spoiler. There's one decision. So basically, this game is werewolves. If you get bitten by the werewolf, you become infected, and then slowly you're turned into a werewolf. Where you don't your transformation is basically you burst your skin off of you, and you're instantly a fucking werewolf. That's how you transform. But when you go back to a human, somehow you still have your clothes. Still don't understand that part, but you know, it's a video game.
Well,
It's the Incredible Hulk thing.
Well, no, you want to know why that happens? You have named actresses in this game. Like famous people.
Yeah.
They were not going to
do nudity? Yeah, I
they're
get that.
not going to have a, what was it, Two Souls? The Ellen Page debacle.
Oh, yeah. Going to the...
Where they modded it on PC so where you could like go to a third person...
Yeah.
In the shower.
So there's one moment where one of the counselors gets bitten in the hand, and you have a decision
to cut your hand off. Or
either you cut the hand off and stop the infection from spreading, or you don't cut the hand off and let it. Because it comes down to like if you get infected. It's not a death sentence. You didn't lose that character. You can still have that counselor survive by killing the original werewolf to start the curse, and that you break the curse for everybody else that got bitten.
Yeah, that is one of the werewolf
tropes.
David
Arquette is in the game for about 5 minutes. He's at the beginning, and then story stuff happens, which I won't get into. But yeah, he's barely in the game. Ted Raimi's in it a lot. And then it's the counselors, the young kids. Brenda Song. She's
Ariel Winter. Justice Smith, the dude that was in Detective Pikachu.
Yes. Who sounds weird. Like he's got this monotone blank expression when he reads his lines. You got to listen to it. It just sounds weird. And he's a podcast guy. And then you find these tarot cards, and when you turn into tarot, like, you know, in Until Dawn, you meet Robert Patrick. Was it?
Yes, I think so. I didn't play it. She played it.
Yeah, you meet, I think it's Robert Patrick, and you meet, he's the psychiatrist, and it's like the cutscene in between the major chapters and stuff like that. So you meet this fortune teller, and when you find tarot cards, she's like, gives you the options like, hey, you can look into my crystal ball, and I will show you a scene, the right decision, or you could just skip it and not spoil it for yourself. So you can choose to like, yeah, I'll look at the crystal ball and get a spoiler. So it'll show you the right decision for a very quick glimpse at a certain decision that might come up in this chapter, and it'll show you the right decision to make. But
that's kind of a cool mechanic.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. So if you don't want to spoil it, also I think the game's probably 6 hours, 7 hours, if you go through it. But yeah, it's still I got the game, and eventually I'm going to start it and play it. Because there's an achievement to have everybody survive.
I'm sure that was in
There's only
in
two,
all of them.
There's only
Until Dawn as well.
Yeah. And Lance Hendricks, Bishop from Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
He's in it. He plays the dad of the Hackett family. The guy
He's dead, isn't he?
No, he's alive.
Oh, okay. I thought he was dead.
No, he's the mom from all the Blumhouse films, the older lady who I can't think of her name. She's Insidious. She's in all of them.
Oh, he's 82.
Yeah. She plays the wife of Lance.
Mm.
And then the son, one of the three sons, is from My Name is Earl, the big heavyset dude who lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Like who's Jack now. Like he's in it. He plays the younger brother, I think.
So that's what I think. I think this game got a lot of money from Google, and then it died. And then 2K came in to like give them money to finish it.
See, I don't know if it was a Stadia thing and Stadia was lacking, so they kind of try to cut big budget films, video games.
Stadia basically died. It was basically why this game got picked up by 2K, because I guarantee most of it was done.
Or like when the other two games they made after, or three games, the anthology thing wasn't a critical hit and didn't sell well.
Yeah, basically that's why they went to they took Stadia's money to make this one. Because everybody was clamoring for PlayStation to buy them after Until Dawn, like everybody, and it didn't happen. And people were like, "Well, that was dumb." And then they made the other ones, and then they were like, "Oh no, we're gonna go with Stadia to make this game."
Yeah. So that's it, video game wise. The one thing I watched that he hasn't watched yet is today was a very exciting day because when I got home, I got to watch Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. It's live on Paramount streaming. And animation looks weird on it. Doesn't look good.
Is it the weird 3D...
No.
2D animation?
No. It just looks weird, different. It was drawn different.
Oh.
But yet, I'm a huge fan of Beavis and Butthead. To this, Beavis and Butthead is still funny no matter what to me. I can watch it. I can watch those shows 1,000 times.
Yes, the old shows are they're hilarious to us.
That movie, Beavis and Butthead Do America, is fucking great. Is perfect. In its execution of basically transferring the show to the big screen, and basically minus you don't have videos and thing, but keeping it the same as the cartoon TV show. Also good soundtrack too. Unfortunately, this movie, it starts off really good. The plot wise is good and funny. Made me laugh quite a bit just because of it's just it's Beavis and Butthead doing stupid shit at space camp. Once they get sucked through the wormhole and they come back at 2020, present day 2022, it kind of falls apart there. It's not very good, but it's still fucking funny. It still has good jokes in it. I still laughed out loud at certain scenes.
So is this
it explains?
I remember hearing they were gonna have kids, and is that all in this?
No. There's only three major revelations in this film. That one, you know, the address. Apparently, they lived in Texas.
Yes, that's why
They give the actual address. It's like Highland Road.
Yeah, because King of the Hill he was there like in their neighborhood until he moved.
Yeah, it's no, it's a different. That's not the same person.
Hank Hill.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's
it is.
Mr. Anderson.
I'm telling you.
Because his wife's different. His wife's not Peggy in the fucking Beavis and Butthead show. The only person I got a spinoff from this was Daria.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted. God damn it.
Yeah, it's not the same person. It's just drawn and sounds exactly the same. Yeah, it's Tom Anderson is the name of the neighbor. Because those kids kept whacking in his tool shed. But yeah. So the big revelations is you find out the home address, like the full address of Beavis and Butthead. You find out Beavis's mom's name. And then you find out Beavis is the last name. So you don't know what's his first name. And then supposedly the rumor is that you find out that Butthead's dad died of syphilis. The one thing that's the one bad thing. All right, so this explains why you haven't seen anything from Beavis and Butthead from 1998 to now. We're skipping over the when they brought him back in the 2000s. That's not canon. So in 1998, they do a job, science fair. First place, you get to go to space camp. So their experiment was how many times I can kick Beavis in the balls before he passes out. So they want to win to go to space camp. And so they see this machine. It's the Power Kick 3000, and it's just a leg with a foot, and you crank it up, and it just fucking kicks a football. So, of course, they bring Beavis over there, and they fucking round it up, and he kicks him, and he goes flying across the gymnasium, and his scream is so high-pitched, it shatters glass, and it's all this... experiments bust open, like the chemicals in the beakers explode, and then and catches on fire, which spreads to the diesel fuel engine that some kid made that catches on fire. So the judge, instead of sending him to jail, has a change of heart, and it's like, maybe we failed you as a society, and that you're just trying to better yourself by trying to win the science fair, but you come from this poor family, you have nothing, where all these other people in the science fair, whoever is going to win, they got probably a good family, they're probably smart, they're going to go to college. You have nothing. So I'm going to order your punishment is to go to fucking space camp. And that's how they get into space camp, and then they get to go to the fucking space station, and then they get shenanigans happen, and they get put through a wormhole, and they get spitted out to 2022. So that's why they've been missing.
And that's why they're still the same age.
Yes. In present day. The one thing I was hoping to see was other characters from the show at that time, like a 20.
Well, I mean, if this does it well enough, I'm sure.
Was it 25 years? No, what, 98?
It's like 24
years.
I mean, I'm sure if this does well enough, fucking they'll order a TV series and then you'll see it. Because that'll be what that you save that for the TV series.
Because the only characters you see is like in 1998, you see they talk to the teacher. I can't remember his name. They talk to him for like a second at the science fair. And then when they're in court, there's the gym coach, Daria, Stewart and his mom, and the principal. And then that's it. After that, you don't see any other side characters, which sucked because I was hoping at least going into the future, into the present day, you'll see what happened to Daria in those 22 years without Beavis. What happened to Stewart and his family?
Yeah, without any of the without them two being around.
Yeah, but one review put it best. It's a one-note joke that still fucking hits.
That's what I say. That's what I mean. All it needed to do was be what the original show was.
Yeah. It's still
now
it's not as good as the show or Beavis and Butthead Do America.
The hard part would be to now we have Beavis and Butthead as Beavis and Butthead in present day. How do we write that show?
Yeah. It's them figuring out how, because they don't know what an iPhone is or cell phones. So somebody wants to take a picture. So it's like they think it's a TV, a very small TV. They hand it to them because they can see the camera picture of them. And then that's how they get money, because they fall into the ocean and because they kept telling the person to back up, and because they thinking they're watching TV, and they fall into the ocean, so they keep the phone, and then that's how they pay stuff with their phone, because the credit cards and
somebody
stuff on the
else's
phone.
money.
Yeah, with somebody else's money. So technically, that's how they got. But yeah, it's and then at times Beavis's voice sounds different because it's been so long since Mike Judge has done this. And there was times where you can kind of hear the voice sounds off, especially with Beavis at times. But all the old classics are there. Cornholio.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure I'll watch it at some point. I'm not fucking signing up for
Paramount Plus
just for this.
Well, Justin's doing a birthday. It's Justin's. It's Vinny's late birthday get together, so he's watching it at his house if you want to go.
And so the only other real big thing that has come out this week that we've both watched is the season finale of Obi-Wan. And I'm still gonna say it. I don't find anything wrong with this show. Like, again, it's one long story. Like, everything gets paid off. Like, it breaks, like, it doesn't break canon at all.
The finale. All right, so I kind of gave up on the show around midway through this. And then the finale I watched. I still geek out over really good fight lightsaber scenes. And just the whole fact of watching, that's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting Darth Vader. You actually see why Darth Vader was the most feared man in the fucking universe.
I mean, in that fight, you still see why in fucking A New Hope, he goes, the last time we fought, you were the basically you were the teacher and I was the student, because we saw a fully powered fucking Obi-Wan, like, it was a squash. After he fucking blew himself out of that hole, it was a squash. Like, he whooped Anakin's ass.
It's good to see Uncle Owen and Aunt Ruth.
I mean, really, the only thing this show does,
But the comics were doing it all before this. The
Sure.
Marvel Darth Vader comics. No, the Marvel Obi-Wan comics were doing this before this show. It shows just how ungrateful Luke was.
Here's the thing.
Because clearly Owen and Brew loved that kid to death.
Yeah.
And he acted like I wanted to go hang out with my friends.
He was a whiny kid. But it also proves that Uncle Owen is a horrible shot.
Oh yeah, they could
He had fucking her dead to rights.
Oh, yeah,
and
they
he
were-
fucking missed by a mile.
I mean, it just maybe fucking
Maybe no. You
in
can't
Star
say.
Wars. No, and just in Star Wars, that universe in general, guns just suck.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as the fucking stormtroopers.
I mean, because
going
they
into the
were
tunnel.
and again, clearly she was fucking deflecting shots and shit that would have hit her.
Yeah, but that first shot.
Oh yeah, he
She
fucking
had-
missed by a mile.
And that motherfucker had that giant scope on it too.
And then he was shooting her with almost like a sawed-off shotgun sized fucking
Yeah.
blaster.
Um,
Aunt Bru's a fucking beast. She just
mhm.
Aunt Bru's fucking
I do agree
beast.
with Jeremy of you just got a fucking lightsaber through the stomach. How did not
No,
cut a spine or hit a major organ?
All these people who claim to be Star Wars fans, they know the lore. It is literally established lore that dark side users can use the Force to sustain their bodies through injury, which is why Qui-Gon died, because that's not how the light side of the Force works. That's why light side users can become Force ghosts, but dark sides can't. They use up their bodies using the Sith use their bodies up using the Force. It's the two diametric sides of it.
Okay,
So that's how Darth Maul survived.
How did she do it when she was a youngling?
I think Anakin knew he left her alive.
Why? When he kills all the other kids, but he leaves this one kid.
She may have just barely lived through that one. He literally left her alive because he knew who it was. And to him, you are nothing. You're not even worth me making sure you're dead. He did the same thing to Obi-Wan. I buried him in the pit. He's
All
dead.
right, so Darth Vader is the stupidest fucking person in the universe for not making sure these people are
here's
dead.
the thing. He knew Reva was no threat to him. He easily beat her. So it doesn't matter if she lives and comes back after him. She is never going to be on his level. Never. You can call it a fluke that, she lived through Order 66 and then whatever. But Vader stabbing, she's nothing to him. At that point, no, I'm going to leave you exactly. Because that might have even been more of the Inquisitor, because he says we're going to leave you just as we found you.
And what was the point of the other two Inquisitors? Not Grand Inquisitors, but
The fifth brother and to have because there's more. So it's not going to just be the one.
yeah, but they were in the first half of the fucking season and then kind of disappeared.
Because
after
at that point it became about Reva's quest and obsession. The other two don't matter. Literally the other woman was made specifically for this show.
But they were setting up Han as being the main protagonist against her, trying to.
Well, no, because it's all basically just it's filler for. In 5 years, he's still alive in Rebels, so he has to have some kind of competence to be alive in 5 years.
Han?
Yeah, because he's in Rebels. Maul kills him. Maul fucking just cuts his ass down. And again, it's one of these none of these Inquisitors stand a chance against an actual Force use, a fully trained Jedi or Sith.
See, the finale, another thing is a Star Destroyer can't bust through like those fucking shields of a small fucking that size ship.
It all depends on what size shields, because in canon, some of the fighters had shields that were strong enough to deflect Star Destroyer rounds for a while, and then the energy gets used up.
And it's also
The fucking Corellian Leia's Corellian Corvette was blocking.
Yeah, but
rounds.
that.
I mean, you're not talking about a ship much bigger.
No, that Corvette's way bigger than fucking.
Maybe it's twice the length, but the Corvette still was just a cargo ship that they converted to.
And plus, that ship wasn't as damaged as the fucking escape ship.
He wasn't. I mean, and again, he wasn't trying to destroy them all right then, because again, this was all like Palpatine said. Your obsession and your thoughts of your former master have basically you were distracted by Obi-Wan. So you're right. He could have killed Obi-Wan from jump, but he didn't want to do it. He wanted to stretch it out. He could have fucking killed Obi-Wan on that ship. They could have just blew that ship up, but Vader wanted to stretch it out.
Think of the timeline here. They're flying in space, getting shot by the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
Meanwhile, she fucking gets up, gets back to her fucking ship, travels all the way to fucking Tatooine, and then sits there for a couple hours waiting for it to become night to attack Uncle Owen and Aunt Ruth. Meanwhile, when Obi-Wan finally decides, hey, I'm going to leave and go to this planet and get Vader to come after me and y'all can get away. So that had been hours. Because when he arrives on that planet, it's dark.
Okay, it's dark there.
Yeah.
Depending on the size of the hyperdrive, you fly faster or slower. They're not all the same.
But you think her fucking...
Depending on, I don't know, they don't show what she takes.
Yeah, it's... That was another thing that was when she showed up on Tatooine immediately, I'm like, oh, come on. You serious? You're going to show her crawling back to the fucking ship? And how does she know it's just some random fucking dude of oh, this guy on Tatooine was named Owen? I'm sure there was other people named Owen.
No, because when she was there, she got a reading off of him while she was... Again, that's what everybody wants. Oh, it's she has the Force ability to read people's minds. She got drawn to Owen when she started talking about Jedi. That's when she's like, you know a Jedi. And he's like, no, I don't. She knew something was up with him from jump. Because that's why she's like, you're hiding a Jedi on your farm, aren't you? She's able, that's her Force ability.
It's also
which is why she was able to get to become... The Grand Inquisitor literally tells her, your abilities got you some status. So you have the rare ability amongst Force users to read minds. Vader could do it because Anakin was that strong. Palpatine could do it because he was that strong. But it's rare among the weaker Force users. So she has that rare ability, which is what made her useful to them.
I still like the space redneck.
That's the dude from the first episode.
Yeah, that's what I imagine.
It's the dude from
it's the asshole that...
Yeah, you got something to say?
Yeah. It's also, she should have took down fucking... Mind you, of course, she's gravely fucking wounded. But she still survived. Taking out fucking Owen and Aunt Ruth pretty easily.
Well, I mean, I love, it's the small things that I'm like, Owen falls off the thing, so now his limp is there from A New Hope, because in A New Hope he limped.
Yeah.
Again, it shows how
they actually gave a damn about Luke, which that's really the only thing that, again, makes Luke seem like an asshole. Like, these people actually gave a lot of shits about you. And you are just kind of... You grew up a fucking spoiled kid.
My thing is... Well, it's a thing of raising a kid and being very overprotective of that kid. Making... Well, it's one of those, I want to rebel. I want to do everything you tell me not to do.
The fact that they knew they were doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
And it kind of like Screen Crush said, Owen raised a Jedi. Like being like, so I guess you could say like he was kind of cold and standoffish, even though he really loved the kid, which made Luke grow up to be able to be like, Jedi has no attachment. Like he could just do that. Like, you know, again, because honestly, the way I look at Star Wars, Luke was never a Jedi. He didn't have full training. He like just took the fucking... He got trained a little bit by Obi-Wan and a little bit by fucking Yoda, and that doesn't make him a Jedi. That just means
I wouldn't say fully by fucking Obi-Wan. He put the helmet on, and
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no... We don't know how long that flight was, but you know, Obi-Wan taught it, like, you know, opened him up to the Force, and then Yoda trained him a little. We don't know how long he was on Dagobah, but like he's not a Jedi, which is why his fucking Jedi Order failed. I mean, to me, it, like, again, if it fills in holes, everybody, again, because we were talking about before it came up that they were like pissed because it mirrored Mandalorian too much, and we can see that, like, it's Obi-Wan and a kid.
Oh yeah,
but I am all for young Leia because it gives you background on her being the way she was. Like, how did she become this rebellious, you know...
Well, it answers the question. It shows,
take no shit, because she was literally raised from a baby to be a fucking princess.
It's the... it just answers the question of why would she ask for Kenobi...
Well, yeah, because he says, don't act like we don't know each other.
Yeah.
So the recording is literally as if she's talking to this person for the first time.
General Kenobi.
Yeah, which is why when Luke goes in the prison cells and he says, I'm here with Ben, she fucking, you know, pops up like fucking, you know, we're saved because fucking Ben's here.
The only thing I would have changed is that the Qui-Gon placement. You have Obi-Wan under all the rocks, barely being crushed, holding it back by the Force, and then have him slowly get weakened, and then that's when, like, Qui-Gon's voice...
No, he had to find his balance on his own, which is why Qui-Gon's like, I've been here the whole time, you just weren't ready. Because basically when he went to Tatooine, that 10 years, he just went all depression, like all regret on everything he did. He fucking stopped using the Force.
And it's also, Vader should have felt that amount of force when he pushed all the rocks out. Because he kept walking and walking and walking. And
he knew he reacts when he's like right up behind him.
Yeah, right behind him. But as soon as he...
But again, we have to realize, like, at this point, he is still cocky as fuck when it comes to Obi-Wan.
And it's also, I want to treat my Jedis like the Highlanders, like where you could just feel the presence. Like,
well, I mean, that's how,
like,
I mean,
Highlanders.
Honestly, fucking Star Wars was around first, so
yeah.
Highlander kind of snatched that then. Because, you know, fucking Vader felt Obi-Wan when they were going to the Death Star. That's why they let him through.
Well, it's also the fact that Vader broke off just to go hunt down Kenobi.
Well, yeah, which is why the Emperor was, like, questioning his judgment when it came, which is why he was like, at the end, he's like, no, I only serve you. And then you hear the full Imperial March. because that is Vader going,
Was it
all right, I'm not fucking going after Obi-Wan anymore.
was it just me? Was it very dark? A lot of those scenes.
On what? The
fight scene at the end. Or on Tatooine also.
I mean, it was at night. I mean, I watched it on. I didn't watch it on the TV in here. I have to watch it on that. But I watched it on my monitor at work, which is the picture's kind of dull on the monitor. Okay. So I mean, I have the fucking brightness up anyway.
Because I know the lightsabers look very
I think that's why they did it, at least with the Obi-Wan Vader fight, because they use the lightsabers they use practically light up. They're like Mon. They're meant to fight with.
Yeah, I seen the thing about it. You get the actual reflection and stuff. So that light, it might be amped up a little bit, but that is the actual glow from the lightsabers on set, which adds a lot, which is probably why they shot most of it in the dark. So you get that eerie, especially when he's talking to Vader at the end with the mask fucked up, and he's got blue light on his face at one point when you kind of hear the Anakin voice. And then at the very end, it fucking he's starting to lift his own saber up and it fucking just turns red. No, that's when Kenobi turns off his...
Well, yeah, his fucking red, it comes up and just, it's a visual... It was a visual decision, I think, for those moments to do it at night in the dark. Mm. Now, again, fucking Owen says she'll come at night. So it makes sense to try and come and get Luke at night.
It's also the... I do give it to Ewan McGregor's acting of channeling Sir Alec Guinness.
Oh yeah, like he, and again that conversation. That's like technically Ben didn't lie to Luke in A New Hope. Fucking Anakin said, "Nope, I killed Vader." Like Vader killed Anakin. So when Ben tells him, like, "Nope, Darth Vader killed fucking Anakin."
All these shows, these Star Wars fucking shows, especially this one, is just trying to fix...
I don't know if it's fixed. It's just filling in...
Not filling in blanks, but kind of fixing and giving a better telling of why this person says... It gives
more context to the original trilogy.
Of how sometimes awful fucking George Lucas's writing is.
Well, yeah, because you have to... I mean, it gives context to what was on the screen in the original trilogy, which is why Rogue One was such... Like, you didn't need that. That's literally a throwaway line.
There's only one good thing past...
Then the plans for the second Death Star, I'm amazed we haven't gotten that movie yet either. Because they literally say a whole lot of fucking Bothans died to get this fucking plan.
No, that was the first one.
No, that's the second Death Star.
No.
Is that the first one?
That is the first one. Because at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back, it's like, yeah, they defeated the first one, but there was a second one. There was a second Death Star already was being built, and that's why they pick up on...
I thought the Mon Mothma bit was in the second one. I mean, in the third one.
No, it's in the first one. The third one was like General Akbar and that, and they talk about the when Luke goes to, because it's at the moon of Yavin, and Han and them has to go down to break the shield.
I thought the plan was given in the White Room because Lando was there.
No, because Rogue One sets up Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Supposed to be the many people that die to get these planes.
Well, yeah, because then that would make sense. All the people on the squad would have been Bothans from wherever. Well, I mean, that base was on Yavin.
And plus, whoever was left on the ship when all the people that died before the the fucking the shield
was
closed.
down, and then the people who clearly died running in the Vader's fucking Death Star, Star Destroyer.
Yeah, and then him going on the ship and just murking everybody on the fucking ship. So yeah, in my eyes, like there's only one thing after fucking Return of the Jedi.
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
I mean, because
not counting Mandalorian.
Well, I mean, again, and it's a lot of. I think what a lot of people wanted to see is the stuff that's in the comics, because he's at the end of this show, literally in the costume that he is in, like what he wears in the comic book, and that's when he fights like Black Chrysanthemum. He saves Luke and them from.
See, this is why
fucking sand people.
This is why I would have had Qui-Gon if this thing does get another season, which I don't think it will.
No, because I mean the stories have already been told, so you would then have to fucking you would be translating the comic book to live action.
I can guarantee if this thing was more popular with fans, it would have got a second season.
Here's the thing, like you can't. I don't take the internet for anything anymore. Like Disney knows what the numbers are. Like I don't care what people complain about on Twitter. I don't care what fucking Jeremy or Dan or like none of that matters. If they see the numbers are high enough, they'll do it. If the numbers aren't high enough, then no.
Did you see the numbers for all the Marvel shows?
I don't believe until Disney themselves.
They're never gonna do it though.
Which means all these other people are never gonna have accurate numbers.
There's companies that specifically chart those things.
But all they're doing is gleaming from people who watch shit on. Like the only thing they can access is what people. Like Nelson is reporting what people are telling them. And then there's like one company that fucking gleams it off of like people who watch Netflix on their computer. So they can't even account for anyone who's watching it on an app on a TV.
If this thing would have got a second season. If they were going to do another season.
I don't know.
I would have ended this as I would have did Qui-Gon giving a speech to Obi-Wan trapped under the rocks. Or that's when you show him going to him, and that's how he gains balance and does forced unleash stuff with the rocks. And then at the end, he's happy. He's going to his new home and stuff like that. He just talked to Luke. And then off in the distance, you see somebody watching him, and then you pan over, and you show it's fucking Darth Maul.
No, because you've already had that confrontation. It happens in 5 years.
Oh, that happened before?
It happens. Yeah, it happens on Rebels.
Oh, well, never mind then.
No, and it is one of the shortest lightsaber fights, but it is one of the best lightsaber because it's Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan. He's full gray hair, full gray beard.
What about the brother?
No, Savage has been dead.
Okay, fuck. Never mind.
So Maul comes across Ezra and like the Rebels people on Malachor at like a Sith temple. And this is after Maul gets like kicked out of like the crime syndicate. Like Maul's fucking down, like he looks like a fucking hermit. And he comes across the Rebels crew and he's trying to like convert Ezra into his apprentice. And that's when he blinds Freddie Prinze Jr.'s fucking character and shit. Ezra and him both open this fucking holocron together, and it allows Maul to reach out through the Force, and he feels Obi-Wan on Tatooine, and he goes to Tatooine looking for him. And Ezra tried to get, I think Ezra got to Obi-Wan first, and they have like a conversation about the Force and shit. Then Maul shows up. And Maul is just fucking... Maul still wants revenge. And he fucking, tells, like, what have you become? Like, you're fucking a fucking desert rat. And he's like, what have I risen above? And he goes... And then Maul's like, wait a minute. You wouldn't just come here to fucking hide. You're here for a reason. He's like, what are you protecting? And then he goes, no.
who are you protecting? And then that's when fucking Obi-Wan lights up his fucking saber, and Maul's like, okay, and fucking lights up his, and he goes into like the fucking over the head point stance, and then he pulls the fucking saber down and he fucking stands like Qui-Gon, and Maul's like, oh, I got this in his head, and he uses the exact setup moves that he used to kill Qui-Gon, except when Maul went to go do the hit to the head, fucking Obi-Wan just goes, nope, right down through him and fucking kills him. And fucking as he's dying, he goes, he asks if who he's protecting is the chosen one. And Obi-Wan tells him yes. And he's like, the last thing fucking Maul says is, he will avenge us all. Like, he does not have redemption. He is all about vengeance. He's like, he will kill Palpatine, and that's all he's happy about. He's like, the Emperor will die and get revenge for all of us that Palpatine fucked over.
Technically, he didn't kill Palpatine.
No, Vader did.
Yeah.
And then...
the one last thing I'll say about the finale of Obi-Wan is you can't give a fucking redemption arc to Reva, considering how many innocent people she killed.
Which this just says, like, maybe, like, she might not have ever killed any kids, clearly.
It's so stupid. It's
but
like
other adult Jedi, like, I don't think it's
innocent people that was hiding.
Yeah, so basically what I don't think is, like, no, she hasn't been redeemed yet, so if she does show up in another show, she'll have to do something to redeem. Because I liked her fucking, like, that bit with her, like, fucking losing her shit. Like, because, again, she just, like, it's the motivation was, I let them down. Like, her whole motivation the entire time was, I'm going to get revenge from my friends who fucking Anakin slaughtered in front of me. And that's why Obi-Wan's like, no, you showed mercy. You honored them. You honored the way of the Jedi. Because, I mean, he basically beats Vader by showing mercy. He doesn't kill him.
Yeah, I know. But it's also, why not kill him and end it? You killed fucking Grievous.
He had no attachment to Grievous. Again, because Jedi aren't supposed to have attachment, but Jedi are always, like, again, who was it? It was either Screen Crusher or it was fucking Generation Tech said, every fucking Jedi Master is attached to their fucking younglings or their Padawans. And then he brings up the opening of this show when they're fucking training and the fucking 501st come in. She automatically protects all these kids who she's not supposed to have an attachment to. Every master has died. Every master in Order 66 with a Padawan basically died to make sure the Padawan lived.
And it's also the fact of, like, trying to give her a redemption arc when she didn't earn it.
She didn't earn it. That's what I'm saying.
Just because she didn't kill a fucking kid.
Yeah. So basically, Obi-Wan,
which is stupid.
That would be to me. That is the start of a redemption arc.
She should have died with Vader.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We say Vader redeemed himself by killing the Emperor.
There was no need.
Clearly, Vader has killed way more people.
No, I'm not talking about that though. Yeah, of course. But also, he basically helped takes down the fucking Empire with him and Luke. She should have died because her going to Tatooine, that whole thing with Tatooine was pointless.
Well, no, because I mean, you just have to, like, she picked up from the thing. Whoever this kid was important to Vader.
The only reason why she went to fucking Tatooine was you have to give her a redemption, and we have to fucking show more of Owen and Aunt Ruth, like their relationship to Luke.
I think it's just she knew she wasn't good enough to fucking kill Vader. Like, she got beat.
She's a badly written character.
I don't think I just think she is. I think you have to look at it the full arc is.
I wonder.
She was clear, like, she went there. It's like she did some bad shit because in her mind she had to get close enough to him to be able to kill him. Did not work. But she's on the dark side.
How long was she going to keep this plan going? When was that one spot? She had to be the Grand Inquisitor. That was whole.
I don't think any of that was even important. I think that was literally it's all a cover.
In her mind, that was the only way she can get close enough to.
Well, I mean, either way, Vader knew all of it because again, Vader can read minds, so he knew all of it from jump. He was only using her.
I wonder
for a means
when they did
because clearly I don't think she's like, unless they say she goes off and like helps the fucking path or whatever, like she's dead before Rebels. Because they only show 3 Inquisitors. No, they show 4. The Grand Inquisitor dies in season 1. And then you have Sarah Michelle Gellar's Inquisitor, the 5th brother, and then there's a 3rd one that shows up that does absolutely nothing and dies when his fucking lightsaber stops spinning and he falls to his death. And then I think at that point, all the Inquisitors are dead. They're all the Inquisitors are dead before A New Hope.
I wonder if her character was added in when he did those major rewrites, when he basically shut down production to rewrite the whole fucking series. I wonder if her character was added in because you have to have, I guess, another story. Yeah,
because I mean, people was like Generation Tech was like, it should have been a show about fucking Obi-Wan and Vader. I'm like, no, it shouldn't have been. They should have had as little interaction as possible. And again, the motivation was Obi-Wan versus Vader the whole time. Because that's that's why she's looking. She knows Vader wants Obi-Wan. Clearly, in the past 10 years, he has been looking for Obi-Wan. And that last conversation with Palpatine is, your attachment to your old master is clouding your judgment. And he's like, shit. Because again, we have to realize, unlike DC, even unlike Marvel, the people who are making these shows actually pay attention to the things that are, because it's Filoni, the things that have been written and done already. At this point, Vader is plotting his own to overthrow the fucking Emperor. He's doing his own shit.
Well, that's been since fucking day one.
Yeah. So when the fucking Emperor starts questioning him, he's got to fucking step back and go, oh, no, I only serve you.
Yeah.
Because clearly there was fucking parts of Anakin alive through the fucking first 3. He could have easily killed fucking Luke at any point in time.
No, because he wanted to rule the galaxy, father and son, side by side.
Once he finds out. But I'm like, they could have easily fucking killed Luke in the fucking first one. Like Vader, the fucking best pilot in the fucking galaxy, couldn't fucking shoot Luke down. And again, you want to talk about he didn't know fucking Anakin, Obi-Wan was coming up behind him. He couldn't feel the Millennium Falcon showing up behind him and shooting him.
No, I think more than anything, he would have felt the Force.
I mean, he should have been. Yeah, he would have been feeling Luke fucking using the Force to fucking aim and target.
So focused on shooting down, stopping Luke, that he's more focused on trying to line up the shot.
But again, this is all context that we're adding because none of this is in. All Star Wars is the fans adding context that isn't there.
No, it's just us trying to fix.
Well, it's not even. It's these were written.
George Lucas's
these
fucking
were
shitty
written
writing.
as weird fucking space westerns influenced by Kurosawa films. And we then went and we as fans went and added context, and writers went and added stuff after the fact. Fuck, the novelizations for the movies back when they came out had shit in the novels that weren't in the movies. So, like, everyone has been adding to the fucking lore of these movies since day one.
I mean, it's with any story people add on.
And again, that's why I'm like, I don't understand why people are like shitting on these things. I'm like, bro, watch all 6 episodes.
I did.
If you sit there and go, nothing was paid, like, because people will complain through, oh, the Grand Inquisitor's dead, da 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 da. I'm like, bro, like, it's gonna be it's 6 episodes. Like, it's gonna, like, they're not gonna sit there and go, oh, the Grand Inquisitor's dead.
It just seems like watching this series, all 6 episodes, it looks like they just started throwing shit in there.
I mean, it may come down to some of the disjointedness may come from the fact that they did have to rewrite stuff because it was too similar to The Mandalorian.
We're adding characters in that's basically plot-moving characters.
I mean, all characters are plot-moving characters.
Pointless to like the whole...
I think the point that you see, here's the thing with that in Star Wars. Everyone wants to complain it's such a huge galaxy and all that. Again, so the Imperial officer who was helping the rebellion, you're right. She's a nameless Imperial who was helping the rebellion. She's not important at all.
No, wholly purpose to this fucking show was to
get Obi-Wan into the thing, save Leia, and that was it.
Get Leia out. And then sacrifice herself to make Obi-Wan fucking do whatever. What's his face? The fake Jedi.
I don't remember what his character. It's Camille Nanjiani.
He's
literally there to like
pointless character.
No, I mean, because here's the thing. I think
he's a fake Jedi that helps him get off of that one planet, and then he shows up over there just to give quirky fucking one-liners.
He was part of the escape plan for force sensitive kids already. Like that's where he was sending them. Like he was making money off it, but he was sending them to that base.
Yeah.
So he's just another person who's helping in his way. Like there is a whole set of stories you can tell that, you don't need a fucking Skywalker in them. But again, fucking Anakin's, as long as it's pre-fucking Return of the Jedi, Anakin Skywalker's, like Darth Vader's shadow is over everything. The Empire is over, like shadow is over everything.
When you're in that time period, yes.
So, like, you could make an entire show about the path and them smuggling force-sensitive children out.
That's why I can't wait until Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie comes out, because it's like, it has nothing to do with... This is all new characters that you've never heard of in new locations, and it has nothing to do with Skywalker or anything else that's been written.
See, but here's the thing. People say they want that. People also want lightsabers. They want fights.
You're still going to get Jedis. You're still going to get Siths, I'm sure, in his fucking movie.
Because again, even Rogue One, I'm sorry, Donnie Yen's character, force sensitive.
Okay.
So you had a Jedi.
And you also had a lightsaber. Darth Vader at the end.
Oh, yeah, at the end, yeah. But I'm talking about, like, as a main character in that movie, you had a Force user.
And look how great... All right, fucking Solo. I don't think had one No.
Maul lit up his lightsaber at the end.
Yeah.
But again, that's a origin story for established characters. Which, again, would have probably been a way better received movie had it been either the comedy that it was supposed to be, or Ron Howard would have made the movie from jump.
I don't know if Ron Howard fits in a Star Wars universe, like writing and directing, or directing. So yeah.
No, because I mean, it would have been more serious. Which, if you would have stretched out like the heist stuff and Woody Harrelson's like fucking turn.
Well, it just comes down to the fact that Kennedy already came out and said that this is it, no more.
I mean, she kind of walked back the not recasting.
No, it's not the recasting part. It's just like, we're done with the Skywalker saga.
They say that until like other shit doesn't make anything. Because if, again, they were going to make a Rogue Squadron show, guess what? Luke is the fucking head of Rogue, like he is the fucking lead of Rogue Squadron with Wedge. So
no, there was a fucking Rogue Squadron before fucking.
Yeah, fucking he takes over Red the Red position, but like you would have to fucking recast Wedge.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to. You don't have to. There's other, like the Mandalorian, the dude from. That group. No, fuck, that takes place after.
No, that
Yeah,
was
that's not before.
supposed to be the fucking Rangers of the whatever that show was gonna be. Poor fucking.
The only thing I can see that's staying in the Skywalker universe is Mandalorian. Because it has to. Because you still have.
I mean, technically, Ahsoka.
Ahsoka too, when she does her show.
I mean, because that takes place after Return.
Yes.
Mandalorian's after Return. I mean, that's really the only two that are still after Return. Again, I'm not saying you need to have Luke in. Like, I would like to see a Luke show set after Return, but we're not going to get the old Legends Luke. That's the problem. You're going to get the same mistakes that led us to episode 7, 8, and 9.
All right, that's enough talking about this shit. Real quick, Stranger Things, episode 8 is an hour and 20 minutes. The finale, episode 9, is 2 hours and 20 minutes. And the Duffer Brothers are basically saying, be prepared for somebody not making it out of this. They released a new trailer. That stupid Kate Bush song is fucking everywhere. You cannot escape that goddamn song.
And it's only on that trailer because it blew up. Like, I don't think it would have been in that trailer if it blew up.
Oh, fuck no.
I'm still pissed that we haven't heard the fucking Journey song in the show. That fucking remix of Journey of Separate Ways is fucking amazing.
Who knows? It might be in the finale. Apparently, there's going to be a Jon Snow spinoff show.
No, he wants to do one.
Clark.
And somebody's pissed.
Amelia Clark, Khaleesi. Basically, she did an interview today saying, yeah, it's happening. She kind of gave it away.
It's so dumb. I don't bro, I'm just going to wait for him to hopefully one day finish the fucking books.
No, it's never going to happen. You're going to be dead before that happens, before he finishes his books. Somebody's going to have to write it for him because he's going to die before it finishes.
I don't know. Dude, I've completely... it's been so long since I've read
the... It's been over 10 years?
No, it hasn't been that long yet.
You sure? Because the show started before he even finished the book.
I know. I'm talking about, since... I don't think it's been 10 years yet.
It's got to be 10 years. The show was, 6 seasons?
I don't even remember the name of the last book.
I never heard of fucking Game of Thrones until this show came out. Apparently the House of Dragons show about the Targaryens, that's going to have way more dragons.
Well, yeah, because it takes place before.
Yeah, it's the Mad King.
Which actually, they say, then it breaks the fucking books anyway. By the time it got to him, the dragons were fucking...
smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I want to say that's what what's his face? Charles Dance said.
I mean, I am... Like I said, I'll wait for the book. I'm not worried about any spin-off shows or...
No.
Because, I mean, Martin himself said the way...
It might be.
His books are not following, the end of the show.
Well, yeah, he said... Because it got to the point where the two...
Yeah, because there's other characters that are barely in the show that are way more important.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not...
Thor is the shortest Marvel film since Age of Ultron. No, not Age of Ultron. It's one of the shortest films in a while.
I would be worried about that if it wasn't Taika Waititi.
It's an hour and 59. It's an hour and 58 minutes or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's still almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would be worried about that if it wasn't for who's doing it.
Yeah, and he's up to do another one. And Chris Hemsworth has basically came out and said, I want to be in Deadpool 3.
I think Chris Hemsworth will fucking keep doing them as long.
He says, as of right now, this is his last Thor. As of right now. But
Yeah, because there's probably no plans for anything else at this point.
he wants Thor to be in Deadpool 3. Just so he can stick it to Hugh Jackman. And also Kevin Feige has came out and said within the next couple of months you'll find out
Yeah, the timeline, like they're probably going to have another event.
who's the next big baddie.
Yeah, they're going to probably have another
this.
event that gives the timeline of
Yeah.
movies coming out.
And Doctor Strange Multitude of Madness is streaming.
Yeah, it's
now
on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about Miss Marvel. Like, that show is so good.
I still haven't watched it.
It's so like, you fucking reminded me of the fucking director from last week, the fucking 80s guy who did all the fucking
John Hughes.
Yeah, it's so much a John Hughes-esque, like, but I love how it's done, like, and it's pissing people off on the internet because it just treats, like, Middle Eastern culture like it's just normal. Like, it is normal, but, like you would see a fucking movie where they go to fucking church and there's, like, a normal wedding. Like, they just treat, like, a fucking Pakistani wedding, like a Muslim wedding, like it's just, because it is, like, in the context of the world, it's just normal shit. But it's pissing off so many people. Like, brah, get over it. They didn't just create this character to fucking do, like, the character's been around. Like, be mad they changed their origin. But then be mad at, fucking Marvel TV for fucking up the Inhumans.
I went to the Queen Latifah's exhibit at the art museum. No Conchu. I was kind of pissed. I was looking everywhere. Couldn't find the statue.
Oh, well. So I guess that's it. We will be over at Showcase Comic Con this weekend. No table, like we said earlier, but we will be there. I may be there both days. I know I'll be there at least one day.
I'll be there both days.
So until next week, I'm Wayne. That was
Paul.
And we're out.